for yourself.
Well, yeah, Fox, that looks like there's a shark dropped through the roof.
What?
It looks like a shark's dropped
What
through
does?
the roof.
What does?
Landed on your head.
What? Where? I can't see
Shark,
anything.
shark hat. Yeah.
I see nothing. I'm not
shark
wearing a hat.
Yeah.
You know it's not a full-grown shark. It's only a baby shark.
Don't stop. Oh, don't.
Yeah.
I've just got that out of my head, you absolute swine.
Did somebody say baby shark?
Don't. Oh, stop it now.
Do.
Don't. Oh.
The dance to go with it. Yeah. Good evening, fellow viewers and people out there in chatland. Good evening and welcome to another Monday night of mayhem, mirth, and
Hang on. Adjustments.
Chatting about things. Yeah. Well, Fox tries to disentangle himself by a head-eating shark.
No, I got my dog tags have tangled up with my earpiece, and I'm like garrotting myself.
Everybody say baby shark. It's a baby shark.
Yes, I'm trying to get out of my head. Shut up. It wasn't in my head until Chris said it, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I haven't moved since last week. I turned the machine. I turned the computer off, and then I was here for a whole week till somebody woke me up. Yeah. Good evening. Well, welcome once again. Monday night. It's your show. It's up to you what we talk about. Don't forget, if you finish the thing, you can get a ding. There's a free one.
Wait, what was that ding for? That means somebody's finished something we don't know about.
That was just a spare ding. There's always a spare ding hanging around, and we've used it up tonight. So
is that like on a Bandai sprue where you get like one thing with an X through it because you don't need that part?
Yeah, that's it.
Spare part.
That's a spare part that you never use. You could just hold it in reserve for that moment when you need it.
You were a girl like that once.
Yeah. So what else are we going to do tonight?
Don't know. Thanks for watching. See you all next week.
Yeah, great. Turn it off. Yes, good.
Yeah, don't forget, folks, this is your show, like Ted says. So do join in the chat. If you're watching this and you can't see the live chat, click the YouTube icon at the bottom right-hand corner of the video player. It's down there somewhere. And that will take you to the YouTube page where you can join in the live chat. Do join in the live chat. Ask us questions. Lord knows we need stuff to talk about. So make sure to put your comment in big fat capital letters so we have a chance to see it, because we're all old, we all got rubbish eyesight, and we've all got tiny little iPads with the chat on, and it's tiny. So make sure to put your comment in capitals. If you want to, you can do a super chat. You can press the dollar symbol underneath any one of the chat windows, and that will put your comment in a coloured box, and we can't possibly miss it. Don't forget, of course, this is a stream for eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. So please keep it clean in chat, be good, and please don't mention other model retailers in the chat. Thank you very much. Good night.
That's all there is to it. Yes.
If you won't be needing me, sir, I'll power down now.
As the rest of it, it's easy really. We just talk about food, nostalgia, TV. What else do we talk about?
Nostalgia and TV and food, I think. And
that's about,
don't forget food.
About all these. Yeah. Well, we don't talk about modelling very much.
No,
but
you can ask us modelling questions. We'll do our best.
Yeah, whether they get answered or we just make the answers up and sound convincing.
Yeah, you can ask us any modelling question you like, and Fox will answer it. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
I have this reputation that precedes me. I don't Don't forget, of course, if you ask us modelling questions, we might not know the answer because we have our own specialisations in things, but people in chat might know the answer. So it's always worth asking questions, even if it's about something you think we don't know about.
Cool. Yeah, that's always the way. Yeah, because people out there in chatland know lots more than we do, and they're very much more professional. We pretend to be professionals, but we're not really.
I don't think you can even begin to use the word professional for us, Ted.
No,
that's not how this works.
Only if it's prefixed by not. It works.
Or even, definitely not.
Yeah. Sarah Jane has finished the Scooby rally car.
Yes, I noticed that. Hang on, I just put the...
Oh, you broke your dinger.
There we go.
Did you drop your end off again, Ted?
It did. I pulled the end off.
I thought
playing with
that's
it,
steady.
I pulled the end off.
I thought you fixed it last week, so it wouldn't do that anymore.
No, it's much more fun not knowing if the end's going to fall off or not. Yeah. So well done, Sarah Jane, for finishing the Scooby.
Yeah, well done.
How are things going with Colin? We did hear from Colin today, but we don't like to talk about being ill and things like that. So we just had a general chat. But yeah, he's on the mend. So yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, big love and hugs to Colin. Be up and about soon. He's recovering slowly. He'll be back up and about soon enough. So big hugs to Col.
Yeah, he must be getting better because the conversation today revolved around sort of making things. And
Yeah, I think
he's been doing a little bit of
symptoms, so he needed something to do. So
yeah, he's not back at the bench yet, but he has been doing little bits of things with model thing stuff. Now, I did say to Mama Fox today, I says to Mama Fox, are you going to watch the show tonight? Because Colin's still not back yet. And she was like, well, no. And then she went, well, then again, well, Chris is on. So, yeah, go on then.
Oh, yeah. Well,
hello, Mama Fox.
So, yeah, I've fallen out of favour again, I guess, even if I do try to do my impressions of Col and things like that.
I did say Ted will be on as well. She went, yes.
Yeah, but I'll still watch. It's all right.
It's all right. I know when I'm not wanted. Where else are we? Raging Modeler asks, what Tiger 1 kit would you recommend that's cheap? It will be getting kit bashed to a 40k thing. What sort of scale? 40k? Maybe 135th.
135th. Tamiya 135th Tiger 1.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah. It'll cost you like a tenner, and you can. Yeah. It's about the right size.
Yeah.
I've seen Tamiya Tigers and various different tanks done as deathcore tanks, because there's nothing on them that suggests the actual scale. So if you build it and stick a Imperial Guard or deathcore guy in the cupola, it looks fine. In the same way you can stick a 135th guy or a James Workshop guy into one of the Meng Chibi tanks. There's nothing on the tank to give you scale, so it works with the figures.
Yeah, I've just remembered the Tiger 1. That's that tiny little tank in it that the Germans had. Yeah, I remember the Tiger 1.
Deathcore tank.
This back,
but I suspect
out there. Yeah,
I suspect the Raging Modeler will be turning it into some kind of Orc vehicle. So
you won't be able to recognise it as a Tiger 1 when it's finished.
So Tamiya 135th, cheapest chips, dead good little kits, and great for kit bashing and modding. So there you go.
And Donald McKinsey has finished the Hasegawa Eggplane Space Shuttle.
Oh, excellent. Somebody else finished something, but
Mac finished the Titanic. Says Ted, surely that deserves a ding. I don't think Ted can read that message though, because something in it gets confused in his head.
I got to Titanic, and then I got cold shivers going through.
Did your brain just filter it out?
Yeah, filtered it out. But well done, Mac. There we go.
I'm sure somebody finished something else.
Scale Model Ninja finished his son's Blood Angel Rhino.
Oh yeah. Just to add an extra thing to the Raging Modeler about the tanks. If you're doing orcs, the little chibi tanks will make great grot tanks. There you go.
So you could have a full tank regiment.
Yeah, so you have a 135th tank for your orcs and a little chibi one for your grots.
There we go. Total Scale Models High, Candygram, a Wooby.
He does actually say later on it's not going to be a grot tank. Okay, yeah, go for Tamiya then. Candygram says woob.
Yeah, woob. Is that sort of rube?
No, it's something that Colin sent me when Colin came out of hospital. He was let's just say in a very happy place on his medications, and he sent me a text message which was completely coherent apart from in the middle it just had the word woob for no reason at all. So that's the new word. White Glove asks, have you guys seen the Border Models 132nd Avro Lancaster? I'm thinking about ordering it, but I've not seen any reviews of it.
I haven't seen that one. No,
that would be enormous.
132nd, yeah, it's almost big enough to fly in, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's going to be huge. Who's the other company that did the 135th scale? Well, he's gone.
Bye, folks.
He's gone. Yeah.
See you soon.
Yeah, we did say that we'll pull the plug after the first 5 minutes because we're all tired. But yeah, Fox has gone.
There we go. I've got to adjust my settings again.
Oh, blimey! It's like he's on the surface of
the
sun.
Yeah, no, I've got to adjust everything again now. My camera settings always freak out when it reloads. There we go. Gosh darn cheap nonsense.
I haven't seen anything on the 132nd Border Models Avro Lancaster yet. I'm sure as people get to buy it.
White Glove just said it's for sale on the eModels website, and I really want it. Well, you know what you can do. Just go and buy it.
Yeah, you can order it from a friendly eModels website. Yeah. Lee Sellers asked,
slap it in your basket.
Slap it in your basket, and don't forget,
it's not yours till you check it out.
There you go. Lee Sellers asks, when is the 116 Stag in, lads? We don't actually work for eModels, so we have no idea about stock. So we can't say when something's going to be in. We just do this for the goodness of our hearts. Yeah. So if you want to know, either give them a call in the morning or drop them an email. sales@emodels.co.uk. Either way, they'll be happy to let you know when it's coming in and be able to get one sorted for you. So just give them a call or drop them an email.
Yeah.
Or
They
fill out
might
the
even say,
contact form
we've
on the
got it
website.
now, how many do you want? They might not, but they might.
Yeah.
Usually a better way to contact them is via email, because they're not always available to answer the phones because they've got lost. Especially after we've been on a Monday night. Everybody's buying the third item of what's in store.
Oh, yeah.
So drop them an email. And if they haven't got it, they'll probably put it on the next order for you.
Yeah, they can get most things in. So, yeah, just drop an email. But we don't actually work for them, so we have no visibility of, stock and stuff like that.
Highland Boy finished a Meng 1/9 scale Kawasaki Ninja H2. I'm guessing that's a motorbike. So.
I thought that's not the noise motorbikes make, but
Not normally, not unless there's something seriously wrong with them.
Anders Ericsson says to White Glove Models, that must be a massively big kit. I don't know what the 1/16 stag actually is. I'm thinking of a Triumph stag.
No,
That's
not the stag. That was the Lancaster.
That was like the bike.
Oh yes, of course. I'm getting yes, it's
Yeah,
legal.
was it Hong Kong Models or something? Did another one in 1/32 scale? Hong Kong somewhere or other?
Hong Kong Fooey. No, that's different.
Hong Kong
Fooey.
We got to TV again already.
I must remember to bong me gong before I float me boat. That's the only Hong Kong Fooey line I know, apart from hello, hello.
I remember that. Yeah, so he used to live in a filing cabinet, didn't he?
Yeah, it was top secret and bottom secret, wasn't it?
Yeah, get changed in the filing cabinet and then leap up top drum.
Candygram says Woob is a shout out and rally cry for Colin for Festa. It certainly is, Stanley. Woob. It's like the bat signal but in spoken form.
Oh, is that like Prince's symbol but different?
Yeah, but can you pronounce that?
No, nobody can. That's
Will do, thanks lad, says Lee. Good lad.
Talking about what's in store, it's Fox's what's in store in a little while, and it's Foxx down there. So make sure you've got your thinking caps firmly put away because you don't need them.
Yeah, trust me. Tonight's what's in store. It's you do not need to think.
He's frozen. He's either frozen or he's like that woman on.
I'm not frozen.
Yeah.
Who's watching Frozen? What?
What? I'm not frozen. Am I frozen?
No.
Now we've got another song going around in the.
That means Ted's about to fall out probably.
Yeah.
HK Models having a 132 Lancaster from earlier. Says Anders. That's it. Are you all going to Telford, lads? Asks Lee Sellers.
Not this year.
No. I don't know. I don't honestly know. I won't know till nearer the time. It's just just.
Say that it's probably only like 3 weeks away or something, isn't it?
It's usually November, so it'll be in about 3 weeks. Is it actually on this year?
Soon.
Is it actually even on?
It's about the 11th of November, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's around that. It's a week after, but the weekend. It's a week. I think the 11th falls on a Wednesday, and it's the following Saturday or something like that.
No, I'm not going this year because I'm looking after Mama Fox and
Yeah.
we're trying to stay safe here. So no big public things for me, not just yet.
But I think we've missed it for the last 2 years, so I think it could be quite busy this year. So we'll see. I won't know till later at the time. If I'm going, I'll let you know. Ted may be not looking to go to Telford. Mrs. Ted wants to move. Yeah, I might go to Telford, come back, and she'll have moved.
He might be moving to Telford.
Yeah.
Have you not been able to talk Mrs. Ted out of this moving malarkey yet?
No.
You did explain that last time you moved, you had a stroke and the chicken died.
Yeah, that's it. Yes,
that hasn't worked.
Yes. I need to buy a chicken, and don't I? So what?
Yeah.
You want to move?
What might happen to this chicken if we move?
Yeah.
That sounds threatening.
I could have a little tiny chicken in my hand, and what you want to move and kill this poor little chicken?
Go on, Mafia, and be like, that's a really cute little chick you've got there. It'd be a shame if something was to happen to it.
Definitely sounds like a threat, though. That doesn't sound like a no, I don't think you could get away with that.
Yeah, you want to move? Kill this? Yeah, this chicken.
I don't think you want to move this house. No.
But yeah, there's a few shortcomings in this house, so yeah, we could be on the move. But the next one will be the last move, so it has to be the definite pre-built model room, that sort of thing.
I do like the way she spots all the shortcomings after you've converted the attic into a workroom.
Yeah, but yeah, there's one or two other things now that you think, oh, that would have been nice to have. But yeah, like we don't have a drive, for instance.
Okay.
And you think that one day we'll probably want to change the car to one of these electric cars, but there's nowhere to charge it.
Have you not got a garage?
No. And I could link it up to the street light outside, but somebody might spot me.
Yeah. If not, they'll definitely spot the wire when they trip over it, going across the pavement.
Yeah. So
Or every time a car drives past, it drags your car along with it because it gets caught on the wire.
Yeah. The thing is, your car doesn't start to charge till the lights come on, which it's not very good in the summer, is it? When your car doesn't charge till 11 o'clock and they go out again at 3 in the morning, so your car's not charged. Yeah. Is it like going to work and your batteries are flat on your car?
You might be able to charge it at work.
No, we don't have them facilities at the moment.
No. Don't have electricity. Adam's off, raging modeler. He can't stay. He's feeling mentally and physically drained, and he can't manage more. Take care, buddy.
Get
some rest.
I'm physically drained as well because the daughter, since she got married, she went on a honeymoon and left us with the grandchildren. So, 30 years ago, I was looking after small children, and I'm not. I'm not the right age now to do it again.
No. Jamie Bone asks, question, what's the best way to weather 1/24th rally cars in a snowy setting?
What is it? I can't remember the name of the stuff.
Snow.
Cars.
Yeah. Deluxe Materials have some snow. That's one of the people that I know that make it. Have a look on eModels. They do snow. Just type in snow, and you get lots of ideas, lots of products on there. Yeah.
And keep in mind as well, if it's rally, it might not just be snow. It could still be mud. So you could have mud and snow.
Yeah.
I've used Vallejo's ground texture snow, and it comes out really well.
Yeah.
There's also the classic Woodland Scenic snow powdery stuff. I've used that before now. You can mix that into PVA for smooth, soft, untouched snow, and you can use it, sprinkle it, and mix in like a brown wash for like if you. Here's one thing I did. I had a muddy texture, and I had some of the Woodland Scenic snow, and I sprinkled the Woodland Scenic snow onto some PVA that locked it in place, and then I basically got a brown wash and did the brown wash over the mud, but then over some of the snow as well, and it just gave a transition from brown mud to white snow, but in the middle you've got the kind of mushy, dirty snow. So think about mud as well. That can make it look more cool.
Snow in the wintertime, it's always glorious when it's new, when it's bright, when it's just falling, it's all crunchy and nice and white. Then after about a day, it's all muddy slush.
Yeah, well, if it's going to be a rally scene, then I expect there's going to be a certain level of mud.
Yeah, if somebody's hooning it round in a rally car. Yeah.
But now I noticed the other day. Now is the great time of year to observe cars and vehicles on the road because they're starting to get weathered. They're all starting to get dirty as the rain and the muck comes, and you get some nice ideas for weathering your vehicles.
I mean, I would have probably guessed if it's a rally car hooning it round. I'm going to keep saying that because I've just remembered that word, hoon. If it's legging it round the course, most likely on a vehicle, if it's moving around at fast speed, what you'll see, assuming there's mud under the snow, is the car will be covered in mud but not covered in snow because the snow's not going to stay on the car because the car's going like this. So you're probably looking at the car will be covered in mud and dirt, whereas the snow would. You might have little bits of snow in some of the crevices, but it's going to be blown off, basically.
Yeah, it'll be in the wheel arches, won't it? That compacted sort of slushy mud type.
Yeah, like you've got it'll be the brown, dirty snow. So you're not going to have You're not going to have like a layer of snow on the rally car because it's not been out in the snow to get covered.
I know that on some rallies, the garage crew have like these pop-up tents, so the cars live in there. They don't get snowed on. They get polished. And away they go. So
keep that in mind. If you are going to have snow is going to really be in the diorama, not on the actual car. So it's just going to be normal rally car weather and really just mud.
Yeah. Andy Erickson says, Anders says, day 1, fine soft white snow. Day 2, slush. Day 3, water. Yeah.
Water. Yeah.
Water. Cold.
I just remembered that phrase there, hooning. I think it's an Australian word to hoon round in a rally car.
So what's everybody else been up to in chat? Is there any of the models on the bench and being started since last week? What is everybody doing? It's that time of year when everybody's getting back to the bench now after the summertime. I'm certainly hoping that when everything returns to normal here, I can get back to the bench because I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling a need to get back now.
Well, there's a lot of people out there getting back to the bench who have, like, for example, I don't know, lofts that get superheated, but they forgot to build a window. Now it's getting colder, they can get into the loft.
Yeah, we can actually get up here now, and it's quite comfortable.
So every time on a stream you say about it's too hot, Mama Fox just goes, put a bloody window in, Ted.
Yeah, but then in the middle of winter it'd be too cold. It's that bloody great window. That's
the number of times we've been up here and doing this, and from downstairs I can hear Mama Fox shouting, "Get a Velux!"
There's no point now. He's going to be moving soon.
Well, yeah, that's true. Dave Cardboard says about Ted saying about chickens, it's not a threat, it's a consequential assertion, according to some training I once got.
Yeah, I need to be leaving the pictures that I did when I was in hospital of hospital food and things like that. Leaving them around the house. Just a reminder that moving house is dangerous to your health.
Sarah Jane does point out about rally cars. They do rally on tarmac in the snow, you know. Yeah, but it's not as much fun as a diorama, is it? If it's going on tarmac, it's... If you're going to do a diorama and do weathering, you really want to put mod and maybe have a spectator bouncing off the wing or something else. If it's 1970s, perhaps.
Yeah, you could do a snowman, couldn't you? With all mud spattered up one side.
Or a snowman, like, in the midair.
Candy says I need to install a window to get the Titanic out. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm still debating whether or not I fit down that hole. I might have to sell it with the house.
Mac can confirm that Hoon is most definitely Australian.
Hoon?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever heard of hooning.
Hooning, yeah, you hoon around in a car, like you just, like you get your car and you do donuts around the car park and you belt it around the back roads and you're hooning the.
I think some of our Scottish brethren will be claiming the word hoon.
I'm pretty sure it's Australian. I don't know. Scale Modelling Chaos says he got the latest Warhammer 40k Imperium Partworks issue, so he's been building those.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that in the shops. There was another partwork. I didn't buy it, but I did get the last one, which I haven't. It was in here somewhere, but I haven't built it.
What, the entire partwork was in a drawer?
That was as much of the partworks that I've got for the last time.
You got like issue 1.
And one dude.
I did attempt to build one. Look, there's one missing.
Yeah. If I remember right, didn't you have like none of the instructions because you'd thrown the magazine away?
That was it. Yep.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't know which bit goes. Oh.
Yeah. Let's just make it up anyway. Nobody wants. Nobody will know.
White Glove says, I'm fixing to get started on my first military armour adventure by starting a Revell LKW 5-ton mill gull 4x4 truck. 1/72 scale. I plan on trying a tank next. Cool.
Yay. Go for it.
If you struggle with it though, don't panic. 1/72 can be quite tricky to do because of the size. So if you find it's not working to how you like it and you're having trouble weathering it, try moving up to say 1/35.
Yeah, and 1/35 is really easy to do, especially some of the Tamiya stuff, some of the older works that aren't too complicated. They go together brilliantly, and there's bags of detail on them as well.
Oh yeah, I mean with 1/72 you can still do lots of weathering and stuff. It's just your options are limited because you've got to keep everything in scale, so you're not going to be painting like mud splats and things because they'll be too small. Sarah Jane says, I used to do rallying, so know these things. Although what you want to do really is do a snowy scene either on tarmac or mud, but have the car in the air. So have it mounted on a little acrylic rod that you can't quite see under the back, so it's kind of going over a hill like that.
Well, that's where the snow could come in. You could do a little snow mound, like a little snowdrift that it could be jumping over. And you could. The support could be just on the back wheels.
You could somehow build little splurts of snow coming out of I don't know what you build that out of maybe fluff, but you sprinkle snow. I don't know how you do that. You could probably do little cotton, but you could sprinkle snow powder on it to make it look like
experiment. Yeah, a lot of things you can actually do it without building a model. Just build diorama bases.
Yeah.
You don't need a model at all.
Andy McLeish says, Struth, bunch of hooligans around here. Hoonigans even. I got it wrong. I'll shut up. Joke died.
Ted's willing to knock 20,000 off the asking price of the house if the owner will finish the Titanic.
I finished the Titanic, but hand it back.
I could clear the loft out and just leave the Titanic in it, and just tell people, don't go in the loft.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. What have you guys been up to then?
Well, work and childminding. That's what I've been up to. Work, childminding, sleep. Work, childminding, sleep. A vicious circle.
For most people, one of those things is enjoyable.
Yeah, I quite like sleep.
Yeah, sleep's good.
By the time we've been looking after a 2-year-old at my age, you just go to bed and you die, and then the alarm goes off and you start all over again.
At least if they're only a 2-year-old, then they probably can't get up the stairs to your workroom. So
that's true. Yeah.
Or the drinks cabinet.
Oh, it's the same place.
Yeah. Yeah, the wife can hear the drinks cabinet because it's got a bit of a click when you open the catch. Click, are you in that cabinet again? Well,
there's a little thing in the back of her head that goes "Auga, auga," every time you open the cabinet. It's like when you're in a hotel and they know what you've taken out the minibar. I don't know how they know that. I've never figured that out.
It's the cameras, they tell you.
They'll be like, "Oh, you had one miniature of whiskey and one miniature of soda." I'm like, "How would you know?" Never quite know how they do that. What about you, Chris? Have you done much?
No, not done very much at all. I'm still working my way through doing part works and things, but yeah, no proper models for me as yet. But
have you got any part worky bits to show us? Anything? Any large engines or?
No. I've put it all away. I've done it all, and I've got editing and filming to do. But I did not exactly model related, but I do have a new part work video coming out in the morning.
I know what that is.
Not buildings, but yeah, different things.
I did manage to make a video the other day of where I work. If anybody's interested, go across and have a look. You know where I am. But yeah, that's about as much filming as I've done lately. So
yeah. I've not been able to do. I'm still waiting to start on the T62 for eModels for the build for them. But just actually getting time at the bench when I can film at the minute. I can do live streams and stuff because I can stop and start that whenever I need to. But doing actual film right now just isn't. With everything that's going on here, it's not something I can do right at the minute. So it's quite frustrating. But
I'm having a complete whole new rethink on sort of filming and things because it takes so long to edit. You film like an hour's video and it takes you like 2 or 3 weeks to edit it.
Oh, I've actually got quite fast with the editing now. I'm just bang. I've got my process quite fast, so it takes me longer to film than it does to edit now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of doing more raw type stuff, just leaving it. You can see all the. Well, I'll do some outtakes as well, but yeah, I'll have to think about it.
Well, I finished another Baneblade.
Oh, all right.
Because I've not been able to film anything, but I have been able to spend like an hour here and there at the bench, so I've got 2 Baneblades, got to get all this painted up. I was going to paint it up today. I'm going to start doing priming and spraying today. Got my spray booth out, disassembled this entire end of my desk so I could get the spray booth out. Got it all set up. Happy Larry, absolutely knackered because I've been moving all the stuff. Plugged it in, the power pack doesn't work. For no reason at all, because it worked 6 months ago when I last used it. Power pack doesn't work, so I've had to order a new one. It's like, I hate when something gets in the way. When you get motivated to do some work, some painting and stuff. I'm going to do some painting. Oh, I'm not. Oh. Very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Timber says Ted's Workplace was on TV. It was. Yeah, we were on telly recently because we'd been nominated for the Sterling Prize, a prestigious architectural award. We didn't win, but we got the public vote. Yeah, it was so posh an event that the judges actually arrived by helicopter.
Ooh, what, into the middle of the lake?
Yeah, I can say it's not. Yeah.
I regret nothing.
Yeah, don't land over there. Yeah. So they came by helicopter, then got a taxi round and were shown around the buildings. But
wait, they came by helicopter, and I would have thought they'd land like about 100 meters away and then just walk up. They had to. They came by helicopter, but landed so far away they had to get a taxi.
Yeah, well, they landed sort of the next field that was nearest to us, and they got a taxi just round the corner because they they were posh judges, and you can't get.
Can you imagine getting a taxi and phoning up for a taxi? Can you send one to field number 3, please?
Yeah.
Just turn left at the helicopter, and it's the helicopter.
Yeah. That's us in the air. Can you look up, see us, just follow us where we land.
Yeah.
We'll see you there. Yeah.
I don't
Then
know, posh people.
they all sat in the taxi, and everybody's quiet, thinking, "Been busy then."
No, they're all sitting there going, "What time's the bar open?"
Yeah,
Like, which one's going to win? Don't know who gave us the biggest fat envelope. Them. Okay, they win. But where's the bar?
yeah, that was it. But yeah, we were famous for a short time.
Oh, are we going to drift over to what's in store? Because Foxx needs to sort himself out for it.
Oh yeah, it's that time of year.
Yeah. God, it's fast. Let me press some buttons then. Let me do it before I fall out. Share screen, share with.
Right. Well, I'll put myself on full screen because I haven't done that for a while tonight. So, Foxx is going to do what's in store. Yay! Don't think about it because you really don't have to. Because
it's very, very, very simple.
Whatever your first guess is, it's probably right. But don't put it in chat until Foxx comes back and says, "What's the theme?" Go.
My shark's a bit loose. Sorry.
You don't say.
All I can see is teeth.
Alone.
All I can see is teeth.
Yes. So there is
still
a prize
talking?
of absolutely nothing if you get it right. So make sure you get it right because you wouldn't want to get it wrong. Because if you get it wrong, you get the finger of shame.
Yeah, if you get it wrong, you'll actually be sent a thing. If you get it right, you'll be sent nothing.
I've lost my finger of shame.
I've got a room full of prizes to send for everybody who gets it wrong.
I've got a little finger of shame.
It's only a little bit.
A finger of slight shame. Mild embarrassment, perhaps.
Yeah. So, yes.
The finger of mild embarrassment.
When Foxx is prepared, he shall start. We don't need your camera properties. Get rid of them.
It just happened to be there. Shut up.
Right.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Then we shall begin.
Then I shall begin. With my reputation. You'll have to see the side of my face because it's on that screen over there. Sorry, I can't.
Once upon a time, there was a store called eModels.
In 1972, a crack commando unit was sentenced by a court for a crime they didn't commit. And it was the Northern A Team.
Anders has a very important question. He says, "How long will it take for the baby shark to digest Fox's head?"
Don't know. There's a lot of very thick bone there, and not much else. There's not a lot of meat.
Take the hat off, and the hair will have gone.
It's got soft teeth. So it's more like a lamprey than a shark, really.
Yeah.
It's more like a lamprey.
It's licking him to death.
Ew!
Ew.
Imagine the hairball.
Gums.
Ew.
Right, shut up.
Let's continue.
Right, so we're going to start with not a model.
Why are we going backwards?
Because I don't know. I'm an idiot. This isn't the right way around, is it? Never mind. I've got them wrong. Never mind. Anyway, we normally end with the book. We're going to start with the ammo by Meg. Well, it is ammo by Meg. The ammo, how to paint 4BO Russian green vehicle solution book. I don't know what 4BO means.
A book.
4-bar. But it's one of the lovely books about how to paint the tanks.
Or is that how to paint 480 green vehicles?
480 green bottles sitting on the wall. It's a very long song. So as always, this is one of their solution books, which is basically lots of how-to guides that you don't have to, treat as gospel. You don't have to follow this step everywhere. But if you're just starting out, or if you want to learn new techniques, these are good jumping off points. You can go through these, see how they suggest you do it, and then apply your own styles and techniques to it once you've got the hang of it. So I always see these kind of things as good jumping off points to learn your own way of doing it. You don't have to assume this is the way it should be done. It's just a very good way to do it. For example, this page here is clearly showing how you can prime in brown before then painting green, and that'll keep your greens nice and bright and vibrant. If you prime in black and then paint green, it's going to look a bit cold and dull. So it's probably talking about, I can't see, but it's probably discussing the idea of either rust coats or primer coats. There'll be loads of useful information in there, and the ammo stuff and all the weathering and all these kind of tips. And off a lot of Russian vehicles are actually green, basically green colours. So you're going to find a lot of useful stuff in here, and it's just handy to have around. It's nice to have online guides for this kind of stuff, but like Ted said before, it's nice to just have it there in front of you.
It's a book. You can read it in bed as well without keeping the wife awake.
Yeah,
it's books are always good, because when I were a lad, we didn't have internet and YouTube. And
no internet.
we had a book. We had to go to the library to borrow it, and then we had to take it back a week later.
You have to look at it with all your eye holes.
The librarian used to stamp front of the book with date on. You had to have it back for.
But sometimes it's it's good to have video guides and stuff, and I use them. But I do like having magazines and books up because you can just go straight in. I need to remember. Oh, how did I do chipping? Bang! There you go. And not everybody has a computer or web capable device right next to their workbench. So yeah, have a look. So it's the Ammo by Meg, How to Paint 4BO Russian Green Vehicles Solution Book.
And one thing about a book, it'll never crash on you.
Exactly.
Yep.
Not like Ted's
And
PC.
stuff, you still have your books. Yeah.
Yeah. But these are like some of the other ammo guides, but they're more pared down to, rather than being here's lots of beautiful pictures and people writing their own articles, this is step-by-step simple guides with lots of icons and things. It's just literally a kind of step-by-step guidebook.
And as has been to the Google, he says Google had an answer. 4BO green, used by the Soviet Army as a standard for priming, corrosion protection and camouflage colour from 1941 to 1955.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you, Google. That's one thing a book can't do for you. It can't just bring up the information like that. Unless you have a copy of a full shelf full of Encyclopedia Britannica.
They should print
unless the first paragraph in the book in the magazine explains what 4BO colour was, which is probably likely. So there you go. So anyway, yes, how to paint 4BO Russian green vehicles, but useful for any green vehicles because it's all simple weathering techniques. So there you go. Next up we have, that was the last one, wasn't it? I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Oh well, never mind. Next up is the first one.
Is that going to make the third one the fourth one?
No, because I'm going to move the third one in a minute. I'll do the third one third. Right. So I'll just put that one there, and then we'll just pretend that the third one is the. Shut up. Right. So next up we have the AFV Club 135th Centurion Mark 5/14 RTR.
Royal Tank Regiment.
The Royal Tank's got an eye on one side, which is really weird because it's a friendly-looking eye. It's not a scary-looking eye.
Yeah, it's the insignia of the Royal Tank Regiment.
It's not the Illuminati, is it?
No.
No, it looks. The thing is, it looks like some kind of. It's not scary. It's just like a dopey-looking eye. It's like. Duh.
It looks like next Disney series called Tanks.
Yeah. Don't even start with that, Chris. Don't even start me on cars. Oh, with the eyes and the head. Oh.
It was always
the
good.
turret would have to be the nose, wouldn't it?
Shut up.
Of all the main battle tanks that there were models of, there was always the Centurion was missing till not too long ago. The Centurion came out at 1/35th scale. You could buy it in different scales, but if you wanted to build a whole range of the British main battle tanks, the Centurion was missing.
It's a good classic design as well. You got your. It's just you can't go wrong with the Centurion. You can look at that. It's just nice and chunky. It's got such a 1960s, 1970s vibe to it.
Yeah.
You can just see you can just get a load of 135th crew to stand round it all with cigarettes in their mouth and a cup of tea, big tin mug of tea, and that'd be perfect. So it's AFV Club, so it's going to have lots of detail. Let's have a look. Some plastic tank kit, painting glue. That's never good when it just says requires painting glue to complete. Yeah, that's only a very top level description.
Centurion, massive big tank.
Massive big tank. Now I don't know what the tracks are, but I would guess
they're the things that it uses to go forward and backwards.
Yeah, being AFV Club, it's probably. I don't know actually. I don't want to say it is separate link track because I don't know. But being AFV Club, it probably will be. Or if not, there'll be for all tracks or metal tracks available. I was hoping there'd be a bit more information there, really. Oh, it says you may also want this. You can get tracks separately.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Quick assembly link and length track. So there you go. So there you go. It's the 135th.
It's not a bad price that for an AFV Club car. I've built the Scorpion tank over there. I've built that one. That's the lovely little kit from AFV Club. Great stuff.
Well, they're kind of like Ryefield and others, aren't they? They have different levels. They have like the real complex stuff with tons of photo etch that are the more expensive, and then they have the kits like this, which are not quite as intensely of a build process, and they're kind of this price. So that would be a good solid build. That
my little Matador truck down here as well. That was an AFV Club as well. Brilliant kits there.
Really good stuff.
Little bags of detail in them.
So it's the Centurion Mark 514 RTR. Next up we have the third, which is actually a third. Is the AMT 125th 1977 Ford Pinto. These are the re-releases of all the old AMT car kits. That's why they're 1/25th scale, because that was what life was like in the early 80s, late 70s. No one knew better. So these are re-releases of some of the old AMT kits. Ford Pinto, of course, being famous for exploding at every drop of a hat. If anything ever touched the petrol tank at the bottom, the whole car would explode. And
weren't the Ford Pintos ugly cars?
It's not a nice looking vehicle, is it?
No, it's like you look at all the muscle cars of the 70s and all the Coke bottle curves and all the beautiful designs, and then you see how none of that applies to the Ford Pinto.
Well, looking at it individually, I mean, the front bit looks quite nice.
No,
and the back bit's all right, and the middle bit is a bit, but putting it all together, it all just doesn't work.
Yeah, because it's like the front bit slopes forward and it should be straight or slope. It doesn't. But the headlights, it doesn't. Unlike the back bit.
I reckon what's happened is they've gone out. They've started drawing it nice and sleek and such, and they've gone, oh, it's lunchtime. Let's go for lunch. And then they've had about a 3-hour lunch. They've come back and
well, it's like you got
finished.
You start off with the Coke bottle curve on the back on the door there in the rear window, and then it just kind of stops, and you're like, oh, and it's almost like they were drawing it up and went, hang on, how much are we going to charge for this car? Oh, okay, just stop. Stop there.
I reckon it was designed by folding over the paper. You know, where one person does the drawing and then folds it over, and then the next person has to do the next bit.
Like Bazooka Joe bubblegum. So it is a legendary car in that it was terrible, and it was the start of that all the legal actions that where Ford got into the cost of human lives and things like that. The whole thing was that Ford said, well, hey, it's fine. It'll cost us a lot less to sell it and people get killed. It won't cost us that much. Then they're taking it off the market. And that's where all the court cases came in, and Ford were trying to defend it. And in the end, they had to relent. It says there, the safety issues surrounding the Pinto and Ford's response have been widely cited as a case study in both company ethics and tort reform. It was a bit of a scandal. So there you go. Yes. So legendary car. If you wanted to build it as a diorama, you could of course try some flame effects. You could have it going on the road and have a big cloud of cotton wool, have some lighting in there to make it all glowy. That'd be it's too soon. Too soon? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Ford Pinto. If you're interested in these, by the way, there's a whole selection of these old AMT re-release AMT kits on the site. They've got loads of them. And some of them are like cars that you wouldn't normally get in kits in other forms. So go and have a look. There's loads of them. All these old vintage AMT kits. So that's the AMT 1/25th 77 Ford Pinto. Next up, that was the third one, by the way. What's the thing, Ted?
You've got to buy the third one. It's contractually, it's in the contract. If you watch the show, you've got to buy the third one.
Yeah. Now, don't forget, and I forgot to say this at the start, don't forget, of course, we don't know how many of each of these kits we've got in stock. They might have 1,000, they might have one. So if any of these tickle your fancy,
slap it in your basket.
And remember,
it's not yours till you check it out.
Yes, if you've only got one in stock and you get it in your basket and somebody else goes and buys it first, you're screwed. So make sure you get it in and check it out. Don't hang around. There might be 1,000 of these, there might be one. Next up we have AK Interactive 1/35th Maple Tree.
A tree?
It's a tree.
Oh. It's just there. Oh, it's lonesome, isn't it? Wanting a hug.
Yeah, I saw these when I was doing my seasons thing last time. And
it's a tree.
It's a tree. It's a big tree, but it's a tree. Yeah.
The idea of these is that they're really pretty and beautiful, and there's loads of different tree types. There's weeping willows and oaks and spruces and conifers and all kinds of stuff. The idea is that they're individually hand built. Each one is hand built and painted, and then they're presented to you, and you can either stick it in a diorama or you can use it as a diorama, and it comes in a little plastic case.
Yeah.
But the idea is,
there's probably somebody out there that just collects trees.
Yeah. It says it's handmade, so there may be differences from one tree to another.
Would you like to come round and see my oak?
Yeah, but if you've ever tried making, I will happily admit, I suck absolutely at making trees.
I can't make trees.
I can't.
Yeah. All my dioramas that I've ever made, which is very few, have been devoid of trees.
Yeah, so if you're stuck for some trees, they've got lots of different tree types. Like I said, they've got oaks and spruces and conifers and pines and all kind. Although the pine, I've got to say the pine, it's mostly stick and then a bit of leaf at the top, which is realistic.
Okay, so that's how it's meant to be. It's
Yeah, mostly stick. Which makes me feel better that the pine in our garden is mostly dead at the bottom. It's got a couple hundred years to go yet.
You can see in the AK factory on Monday, isn't it? Fred, you could do the oaks. John, you could do the maples. Fred, you could do the pine. Oh, brilliant! Thank you very much.
Fine, Fred's like, woohoo! I was hungover anyway. Thanks.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's the AK Interactive 135th maple tree. Other trees are available. 26 to 27 centimeters approximately.
Buy a tree, impress your friends.
Yeah, buy a tree, save the world. No, that's not how it works. Next up, we have the Trumpeter 135th Russian S300V 9A85 SAM surface to air missile. It's a dirty, great big truck with a big tube, and it looks like the man's having a wee. I've got to be honest. He's there going, "I'm dying for a wee. Can you just hurry up? I'm dying for a wee. It's cold out here."
Why is he facing the truck though? You think he'd turn around?
It does look like he's dying for a wee. He's like, can you just, don't look.
You haven't taken that photograph of me having a wee, have you?
Now, if you know your Trumpeter, you know Trumpeter are really, really, really good. Incredible detail, exceptionally fun builds. And this, of course, is going to be one of their more complex.
It's not just one tube. There's multiple tubes.
Multi-tube. You've got tubes and you've got your floating tubes and your vehicle bits. Is there any photo etch? Yes, of course there's photo etch. It's a Trumpeter kit.
Trumpeter, there's got to be photo etch.
Yeah. You've got individual track links. That's going to be good because it's not just a tank. It's like a really long tank.
Yeah, you know when you buy a big kit from Trumpeter, you know you're going to get a box full of bits.
Yeah, and that's why they are worth the money because that's the fun thing. That it's a box full of really, really tiny bits.
And they're good quality. They're good quality bits as well.
Oh yeah, I mean I built the what did I build? The Striker, and that was great, and that's just that big, and that was fantastic. This thing's like the size of a house, so yeah, you know you're going to get a good lot of a good lot of building fun out of that, and it's also a really long tank, so you have lots and lots of track parts. See if it's got any blurb on there. Length 305 millimeters to 30 centimeters. 1,160 parts, which means basically it's £1.16 per part. No, £1. Yeah, £1.16 per part.
Good maths, there.
Metal parts, copper cable, photo etch parts, 2 pieces, 25 sprues, individual tracks. Yeah, you can have some fun with that. So
I'll be with you in a minute. It just appears that my chat has just dropped out.
no, hello, chats. Something's fell over.
No.
So you get lots of lovely Russian-looking missiles and things. So there you go. That's the Trumpeter 130 for the Russian S300V 9A85 SAM. An unusual subject. All the Russian stuff is always kind of unusual because it's weird, and nobody really sees a lot of it. So I quite like that. That's kind of awesome. And you could Warhammer that up. So there you go. That's the Trumpeter SAM. Next up, we have something nice and simple. AK Interactive 100mm Russian green surface primer. There you go, done. Not really a lot to talk about there. If you've never used colour primers before, they can be really, really handy, especially if they perfectly match the colour of whatever it is you're painting. If you
I'm just checking that people can still see me because apparently I'm not connected to the internet.
You're still on with us.
Are, Ted. We can see and hear you. Yes.
It might be. Is your chat on a different machine, like a tablet or something?
It's come back. No, it's all running off the same thing. That's why I'd lost chat. But
okay.
Sorry to interrupt. It looks like it's come back. So
good. Yeah. So sometimes it's worth using a colour primer. Because you might want to not affect the colour above it, like we said before about painting a brown primer underneath a green paint, so that the green stays vibrant and doesn't get toned down and blued by a black primer. Or sometimes you want a dark green colour or a green colour like this because you can use it as a base colour as well as a primer. You can then base the colours above it on that colour. So, yeah, if you've never used colour primers before, give it a go. The AK primers are pretty good stuff. So there's not really much I can say about that. It's green surface primer. There you go. It says, formulated for every surface, high gripping power, fast dry, sandable within 24 hours. That's the important bit, sandable.
Sandable.
A primer must grip and it must be sandable. If it doesn't grip or if it's not sandable, it's a rubbish primer. Don't use it. There's 2 jobs a primer needs to do: grip and be sandable. I know some primers that don't actually grip and don't sand. It's like, really? Anyway, so there you go. Green primer. Can't really say much more about that.
Got to remember the primer creates that bond between your plastic and the paint. It's grippy. It's like a double-sided sellotape for paint.
You had one
Paint
job
isn't
to do.
and doesn't always do it. Paint isn't designed to stick to plastic. Primers are, either mechanically or chemically. So we often get asked the question, should I prime? If I'm making X, should I prime? The answer is always yes. It doesn't matter what the question is, the answer is always, if it involves should I prime, yes. Unless it's a clear part, of course. Last of all, we have AK Interactive US Army and US MC green colours. Paint set, AK paint set. Not really much you can go into detail, but it contains olive drab number 22, olive drab 50. Obviously several olive drabs. USMC forest green, light green number 1, and olive drab number 31. That sounds like a perfume. I'd like a little bottle of light green number 1, please, from Givenchy. Oh no, I prefer olive drab number 22. It's so much more bijou.
Yeah. So you've got green, or you've got green.
I've got green, forest green, green or green. There's basically various versions of olive drab, it says. It starts with a clear matte version, really, from World War II to darker glossy ones up to 44. Post-World War II colours throughout the Korean War, and it combines with the AK US Army and USMC camouflage colours. So always good to have these little paint sets. AK and ammo do them. They're really good to have. You get a nice bit of variation, and if you're doing any kind of modulation or post shading on a vehicle or something like that, you've got a couple of colours in this set that you can use as mediums and highlights. So it's always good to have these sets. So it's the AK Interactive US Army and USMC green colours.
Once again, buying paints in a kit like this is a great way to build up your collection. Because they're cheaper as well.
Exactly. So I'll quickly run through before we say what the theme might be. So we started off with the Ammo Omega, how to paint 4BO Russian green vehicles. Then we had the AFV Club 135th Centurion, the 125th Ford Pinto. Kaboom! Too soon? Still too soon. AK Interactive. Hello, Mama Fox. AK Interactive 135th Maple Tree. She can't hear me. She's got the headphones on, listening to the show. Well, she probably heard me through the head.
Yeah,
about 10 seconds.
It's when your mum's listening to the stream and you shout, "Mind that step."
Normally she'd have like Midsummer Murders or something, so she wouldn't hear me.
She's then at the bottom of the stairs 20 seconds later when she gets, "Mind that step."
The Trumpeter 135th Russian S300V, Sam. AK Interactive Green Surface Primer, Russian Green Surface Primer. And the AK Interactive US Army and USMC green colours. So I shall stop sharing, and I shall say, how do I stop sharing? How do I stop sharing? And I shall say, what is the theme? Go.
I think I'm seeing a theme here now.
Yes.
You've seen the theme. I saw the theme and thought.
Donald McKenzie says several of these have been added to the "What do you want for Christmas" list. And Totally Scale Models is straight in with the most obvious answer: green. How lazy was I tonight choosing a theme? Green. It's.
I think that was just lazy.
Yes. I said in a little message to the guys, I said tonight's theme is really easy / lazy. So yes, well done, well done, a Totally Scale Model. Well done, Steve. It is of course green. Your little package full of nothing is on the way to you. In fact, it's already there on your workbench. Look right there.
It's on its way. Hang on, let me press the button. Sent.
Oh no! What we need is a little sound of that kind of vacuum tube noise. I'm going to send it. So yeah, well done. That was. I don't need to explain it, do I?
No,
you really don't.
I think it's my what's in store next week, and tomorrow, next week, the theme will be
trees green. There we go. I'll close that down. There we go. All done. So well done, Steve. It wasn't hard. For once, I did a super simple theme. There you go. Never let it be said that I don't occasionally give you something that's really easy.
Yeah.
And I think that's the first time the first answer's been the right answer as well.
Yeah. Please, Chris, do come back. Make them really hard for us. Bit of thing, yeah.
Well, it's your turn next week. You can do a hard one.
Yeah, no, it's my turn next week. As I say, the theme will be blue next week.
No, that's cheating. You can't tell people already.
Andy McLeish has come up with a new name for the Ford Pinto. He says it's called the Ford Pinto Kaboom and Bangen Lawsuit and Kargengefahrten.
Excellent. Right, I think now we've got things to give away, haven't we? Well, I know we've missed a few things off tonight.
You're making me shark wobble in anticipation now.
Yeah, we've done a bit of chatting tonight. We really did miss our belly and bench, but we can fit that in while we're doing the giveaways and things. But,
do you mean you forgot to ask it at the start, Ted?
I did. I forgot to ask it.
Is that what you're saying?
I think that's why Mama Fox has made it to the top of the stairs just to whisper, belly and bench.
She's probably not watching now because as soon as the What's in Store comes on, she turns off and goes back to sleep.
No. Yeah, and we've missed Festus Factoids as well. But
Yeah, she only watches for Colin.
We're saving because you don't really want to.
No, we don't. We've got a thing to give away. We haven't got time for that, Ted. Unfortunately, what a shame.
What a shame. Never mind. Let's give things away then. Yeah, should we give things away?
We've got two things to give away. Not
Two.
only that one.
Not one, not two, but
there's
two.
that one. They have things in common. They're both from 1944.
They're both green.
Why is there beepy noises?
I got a message from our friend Cy Reynolds, you know, who's won 2 Golden Demons. And on my phone he's called Cy Kevin 2 Demons Reynolds. He says, I was looking for the most obscure link in the world and it was just green. Swine. I did say it was simple. He's probably like going through all the numbers and letters to work out secret codes.
Yeah, no, this is Foxx. It doesn't do secret.
No.
Yes, so you can win yourself a Dragon 135th Panzer Grenadiers from Arnhem. Is that a place?
Arnhem. Yes, Arnhem is a place in the
Another
Netherlands.
place or a battle or something.
Garden.
But yes,
Bridge too far and things like that.
And you can win some Dragon 135th Fallen Comrade from Aachen. I assume that's in another place, but
yes, my granddad was killed at Arnhem. He was in the book The Man Who Knew Too Much. He was shot by a sniper. Did he know too much? No, he was killed by a sniper on the Arnhem Bridge.
I must admit, I don't think the relative of you knowing too much was likely, but
no.
Yes, so we can have 2 winners tonight. Not
just one, not 3, not 5, but 2.
Yeah, you can enter for both, but you can only win one. So we need you to put in an answer for each if you want to win both. What do we want? We've got Fallen Comrades or Panzer Grenadiers.
I think the Fallen Comrade. I think we should have a comment about what's the guy with the stretcher saying in Fallen Comrades. Like, hello, what's going on here then?
Wait, there's a guy with a stretcher?
I can't see a stretcher.
No.
Is he? Oh, I thought he was carrying a stretcher. Or
is he on the other one? No, the other one hasn't got. They've all got guns.
No. I thought he was carrying a stretcher. It looks like he's just
There's someone who's like a medic or a Knight Templar. I can't really tell from the picture.
Knight Templar.
Yeah, we could ask him what's he saying then.
I shall cure you with the word of God. And also this large sword.
Yes. So what's that? When this video becomes a video, when it's not a live stream anymore, return to it sometime during the coming week and leave a comment on it saying...
Just do a caption. Give each one a caption. Or do a caption. Say which one you're doing and just say... So it's caption this picture.
Either put in Fallen Comrade or Aachen. Don't put in 1944 because that doesn't help.
Yeah.
So yes, either Fallen Comrade, like it says there, or... Panzer Grenadiers.
I think if people enter, they can enter just on the video, and we'll the first one we'll pick will get one kit, and the second one will get the other kit.
You can enter for both, but if you enter for both, do 2 separate comments.
No.
Because then we can. It doesn't matter because we'll know who's just won the first one. We won't choose the same person for the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for YouTube algorithms as well. Lots more comments, you see.
Yeah.
So do it if you want to do for both separate comments.
By the time next week comes around, we'll forget what we said anyway.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So just put a comment.
Leave a comment and we'll choose it, and you can win.
Yeah. Now I have to say when we when we were given those to give away today, on the back of one of the boxes it has the artist's name who painted the pictures, and I had occasion to look him up because it's not often the artist gets credited on model box art, and it turns out he's one of the world's leading military artists. But it also turns out I went through an archive of his works, and he's done lots and lots of box art for that company where it's got like 4 dudes. And it's really weird that if you go through his archive, every picture has 1 dude in it. The face for all 4 dudes is the same, but it's a different person in each picture. So like you got 4 US paratroopers, they've all got the same face. The next one is like, 4 Fallschirmjäger, they've all got the same face but different to the last. And it's like all the way through I'm like, does this guy just paint the same dude 4 times? And then it's weird. Once you see it, you can't not see it. I don't understand how he does it every time and nobody's called him up on it. It's very weird. Very strange. Interesting things you see when you look at these things.
Maybe it's just his trademark.
Yeah. I just wonder if he gets his mate to just go 4 different poses and then he paints that, takes a photograph.
Cool. Anyway, that I think brings us about the end of the evening. Yeah, we've done a bit. We've given things away. We've had a chat. We've had some good interaction with the guys out here in Chatland.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we could leave it at that until next week because I'm falling asleep.
Yay! Ted's been on the gin again.
Yeah, and I think I've just heard the cabinet crack open downstairs.
Go
and investigate.
Mrs. Ted could be on the gin.
No, she'll be doing you a favour by getting rid of all that nasty sherry.
yeah, just pour it all out and just fill it with coloured water. Yeah. Right, yes, anyway, we will leave it at that tonight. But thank you very much for joining us again for another Monday night. Hopefully, we never know when 4 of us will get back together. Might be next week, but never know. But until then, till next week, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you all again. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
Aye.
Bye, everyone.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.